Hey there, welcome to another Fit Tip Friday. We can we can also call this show and tell, all right? If you're watching this on our YouTube channel or you're catching the replay on our show notes, then you'll know what I'm talking about because I am doing some show and tell on here. So if you're listening on the podcast, like as a podcast episode, great. Otherwise, you might want to stop over there and just check out the video so you can see what I'm talking about exactly, but I'm going to describe this. So what I wanted to say was that, over the years, I have developed and found all these tips and tidbits and ideas that they just fit better into small bite-sized pieces. And, this comes from 20 years of helping people get really consistent with their workouts, consistent with their fitness, and try new things, find new passions, have new adventures. And so I've picked up a lot of really knowledge, just know-how, whether it's about gear or anything that we're talking about. I mean, it's just like these little tidbits, right? So I guess I should also admit that I've also learned a lot of stuff by doing everything the wrong way once. And I figured that, you know what, let's not have you learn it the wrong way the first time around. And so I thought, what, let's just do some quick tips. So what I'm going to do today, what I want to talk about today is adding weights to your cardio. Because what I find is that most of the women I work with, they're totally fine with cardio. Like it's something they either enjoy or they understand that they need to be doing it. But as soon as I start talking about weights, they're like, oh no, I don't want to do weights. I just don't like the gym, or I don't want to do weights, or I get bored, or I'm intimidated, or whatever it is, right? And so I've thought about how to add that in without it being a deal. And something I came up with is that when you're doing walks, runs, hikes, whatever it is that you can use your hands, we can add just arm weights, hand weights, all of those things. And it makes it, you'll be shocked. Okay, you are going to be shocked because let's say you go walk you're somebody who right now is walking in the neighborhood until the gym opens back up. And you started doing what I suggested, which is one way, and I'm going to show you, is just to grab your water bottle, right? Grab a water bottle, get two of them, fill them up. And as you're doing your walk, you're simply lifting. So you're doing curls, you're doing bicep curls, you're doing tricep kickbacks, you're doing military presses, you're doing maybe some shoulder work, maybe some whatever, right? You're just using your arms the whole time. And every time, every time someone comes back to me, they'll be like, I thought that was like total BS, Kelly. And now I'm realizing that I'm tired at the end of my walk, that my arms feel it. So I thought, okay, well, maybe step it up just a little bit, or maybe do it a little different, because when you're walking with a water bottle in each hand, now your hands are completely useless. So what if you do something different? So I went out and I bought all these different strap-on hand weights because I want to just try them on and try them out and see how they work. So like this one that I'm holding up right now is probably a pound, right? And it has like the little thumb hole, so it goes over your thumb, wherever my thumb is, and then around your wrist. It slaps around your wrist or slips around your wrist. And it just stays there, right, while you're walking. So you can feel them, you can do your bicep curls, you can do all your stuff, and they're there and they're out of the way. You still have your hands. I also did the same thing, bought another set, but these are probably 2 pounds would be my guess. So you can get them in like that. These slip over your thumb too. And these are, I think, 2.5 pounds, wherever you are. And they don't have the thumb piece, but they just strap around your wrist. And what I find is that I put them on. They're a lot easier to use because when I'm carrying water bottles, I can't mess with my phone. It's a little cumbersome just carrying the water bottles. I use these, and maybe I use a little backpack for my water if that's what I'm doing. I'm completely hands-free. And if you listened last week, you know that I'm wearing my road ID. And then I'm just doing upper arm stuff, just arm stuff, different arm, just whatever. just arm ballet while you're walking, arm ballet while you're hiking. And you can also use them, like this is another use for these, is if you are hiking and you're getting ready to maybe go further or do some backpacking or whatever, you can start adding these into your pack as weights too, because you do want to start adding weights as you build up. And we'll talk about this in another one, right? This is another conversation, right? But just think about it. There are a lot of little things that you can do with these hand weights that really work. You can also take the one that doesn't fit over your thumb and use them as a ankle weights too, if they fit your ankles. I don't use ankle weights. I have no letters behind my name, so I'm not going to tell you that why I don't use them is because of I don't want stuff at the end of my my legs while I'm walking, because I do have a little I've had some injuries, and they tend to feel like it exasperates them when I do wear ankle weights. But arm weights, I can say that 3 times, arm weights do not bother me at all. So if you are one of those people who wants to get a little bit more fit, wants to uh, add some muscle, which we need, right? I mean, don't listen to the stories. The real truth is that after about 30, the muscle mass starts dropping. Actually, it's a little earlier than that, but I don't want to say that because it just sounds awful, right? But let's call it 30. After about 30, your muscle mass starts dropping if you aren't doing something to increase it. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can be the simple water bottles, like I talked about earlier. I don't know. I really don't know what it weighs. Probably half a pound. I should know this. It's like, or you can throw on some, strap on some different weights around your wrists. You can carry weights if you want, but you know, just go buy some wrist weights and wear them and start doing your arm stuff. Do them 3 times a week. Give yourself a rest between each day, right? And I think you're going to see some definition and some muscle pretty quick. You might be surprised. This builds more than you would think, and it's so easy. It is so easy. You cannot consider this weightlifting, okay? So if you're one of those people who's like, I hate the gym, try this, because I think you might just enjoy it. And that's it. That's the big tip for today. Like a little tidbit. And once again, you can catch the video over on our YouTube channel so that you can just see the show and tell, or you can just listen to it and pretty much figure out what I'm talking about, okay? And thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're listening when we go live with this, make sure that you check out the Sugar Freedom program that's coming up, okay? It's coming up in just a couple of weeks. And if you go to fitisfreedom.com/sugar reset, that's sugar reset, you can get your name on the list. This time around, we have 2 options. So if you don't want to go like a full bore 30 days, you can just jump in for a short time, and it makes a difference. People are loving it, okay? And truly, once again, let me know. Let me know in the reviews if you like these tidbits, if they're of value to you. And let me know how you like the podcast, because I do read every review, and every review that gets posted makes me happy. So thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you next week. See you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.